even though you think you've deleted it, think you've walked away from it, it's still there. A digital footprint. How many of you have heard that term before? A few, good. Everything you post, everything you like, everything you share, everything you comment on stays online. It doesn't matter if you delete. It doesn't matter if you think you've scrubbed it. It's there. And I, being in the field that I have been in for 30 years, know how to get to it. And that's not to scare you, but it's to make you feel and understand the importance of what I'm about to say. When I bought the house that we are in, you guys don't know this, but my wife is also a teacher. And she teaches kindergarten. And we bought a house, we moved into the house, and I'm walking around the yard, I'm looking inside the garage and the shop, and I look down and there's concrete where it had been poured for the shop, and there's a handprint in the concrete. It's a small handprint, and there's initials beside it. And my wife looks at that initial, and she says, wait a second. That child is now 14 years old. That child put his handprint in the concrete of our house 10 years ago. And she taught that child in school. That's a physical impression that was marked, right? My wife went to the mother and said, hey, we bought your house that you had a long time ago, saw the handprint of the child, and asked the child about it. He didn't remember it. He didn't remember putting his hand there, but yet the imprint was still there. So even though you think you've deleted it, think you've walked away from it, it's still there. I'm going to use this board if I can, Miss Tracy. I'm going to draw this great big circle right here. That was the year the internet was made. 1969. That's a long time ago. I'm not that old. I'm pretty old, but I'm not that old. The internet was created in 1969, but it was created for government agencies and other corporations and scientists to use. But in 1990, around the 1990s, it became usable for public. This is when the web browsers, this is when the .coms, those things that you know automatically started happening. This means the internet that I grew up with, Miss Tracy grew up with, your parents, your grandparents grew up with, barely existed in the time that we were growing up. But now, you live with it. It's around you everywhere you go. There's Walmart, you walk in the internet. There's everywhere you go, the schools, it's here. Your online life is here. Here's what's important. Where your reputation matters, where your digital footprint matters. Your online choices don't define your whole life, but they build your reputation. And that reputation follows you. Now, I drew this great big circle. And what you don't know is your life is right there. That is 1%, if not 0.5% of the whole internet. I'm not going to be all scientists here, but all those little dots represent someone's internet life. But the thing is, I'm writing with a dry erase marker, but that's a permanent mark. That means anybody today or tomorrow can see all of that information.